See? I don't know, let's check it out.
We take you to Hollywood, California for the closing night festivities of the Indian Film Festival of Los Angeles. Reshma speaks one-on-one to the director and actress of the film, Chittagong.
Welcome back everyone to Showbiz India, and right now I'm with director Bedo Pine and the actress Vega Tumatia of the film that opened the Indian Film Festival, Chittagong. It's a pleasure to have you both on Showbiz India, and it was a fantastic film. Bedo, let me start with you. How did you get the concept of this film?
This is a very interesting thing because this started with actually the character which Vega plays, which is of Prithilatha Vadidar, a 21-year-old girl, first female martyr of 20th century in India. So I was actually speaking with somebody on Prithilatha's character, and she's a history major from Delhi University, from the main university of India, and she said she doesn't know about Prithilatha. So I was like, how is that possible? That, Indian history, somebody who is doing graduate studies in history doesn't know about Prithilatha. And that's what got us started. That, stories that I have known, and I didn't even think that is worth telling because I thought everybody knew, suddenly realized that nobody actually knows about it. And that's where I started rereading, and in fact what I did is I went back and read all the Bengali literature of actually first-hand reports of all the 60 kids that participated in this uprising. As well as various other writings, and that's where the story began to take shape. And then what happened is we met Jhunku Roy, Subodh Roy, who's actually my protagonist, who was the 14-year-old boy in my film, whose journey we kind of seen in the film. We met him on his deathbed when he was 92 years old, and that sealed the deal. So that we have found a protagonist. That this has got to be an exciting journey. Of an impossible journey almost of a boy so unlikely to do something like this, and how does he manage to do it? So it's a story of a reluctant hero. It's a story of David versus Goliath.
पूरे चिटागोंग को कब्जे में करना, वो भी अकेले, बिना किसी बाहरी मदद के। सोचना भी पागलपन है। अगर हम कामयाब ना हुए तो?
अगर हम कामयाब हुए तो?
It's a fantastic story and beautifully directed, and what you just said actually resonates with me because as I was watching the film, I think I'm pretty well versed with Indian history and I did not know about this, and that's what came out. And of course your character, very beautiful, very subtle, but very powerful. Yeah. Tell me, how did you prepare for this character?
Preparing is you just do the basic research, you read about the character, you talk to the director, you sort of do the very, very basic research, and then you come to the real core of the character. Who is she in real life? Who is she as a person? And we realize that Prithilatha, if you take away everything, if you take away the circumstances, if you take away the period, she's really just a normal girl. She's like a girl like you and I who wanted normal things in life. She wanted to be, she wanted to have a family, she wanted to get married, but things just kind of happened. And she was thrown into this. She didn't want it, but she was just thrown into it, and she rose to the occasion. So, that's sort of the core of the character, and that's what we really grasped on, and that's how we built the graph of Prithilatha.
So Bedo, what made you decide to cast her in that character?
Well, that was another story because, when you look at Vega now, as all of your viewers are seeing her, the character of Prithilatha, as any Bengali would know, is completely different. I mean, her look and all are completely different. And I needed that simplicity and that innocence. And as she pointed out, one of the things I did with this character is that it has a tremendous graph going from this ordinary girl to this amazing revolutionary. Because I didn't want to start off by showing her as a rara revolutionary. So I needed somebody who can embody both these elements, that innocence, that beauty, that something so serene, and then that transitions into this fiery revolutionary. That's not a simple thing to do for an actor. It's asking actually a lot with tremendous amounts of emotions in between. When you see it's a kind of a tragic character as well. So there is actually tremendous range of emotions. So I was very nervous who I would get for Prithilatha, and Prithilatha was so close to my heart. So when I first looked at her picture, this hip, cool, babe.
I'll give you your check later.
Yes, this hip, cool babe. I said, throw her picture away. She's not Priti Lata that I'm looking for. So my casting director, Hani Trehan, who's also the associate director for Vishal Bharadwaj, he was doing my casting. So he persuaded me. He said, Bedo, take a look.
आप है ना मेरे साथ?
अब इसे चलाना सीख लेना चाहिए। मैं सिखाऊंगा।
And I have seen the film, and I agree with you. Vega played her character very beautifully. And you know, you had the nuances right. It was very sensitive. But in your opinion, and as an actor, what was perhaps one of the most challenging scenes for you to perform?
By far the dying scene. You know, actors say if you die on screen, it's like your glory moment. That's your scene. But it was so bloody difficult to die and to commit. She commits suicide at the end of the day. That was really difficult. You know, because you're like, how does one die? You've never really thought about it. You've never really tried it. You never really experienced it. So that was just difficult. And I think Bedo took some 18 takes of it and made me die 18 times. So wasn't happy by the end of it. I was really upset.
In conclusion, once the film is done and we've seen it and loved it, do you think your vision as a director has been attained?
Oh boy, that's a tough one. That's a double. I mean, it's a. If I say yes, you're going to say, oh, that's all your vision was, and if I say no, they said, man, you can't even get your vision on film.
Speak from your heart. Come on.
Well, you know, I mean, I have to say that it was extremely difficult because this is truly my first film. I mean, you know, I've never made a film before. I've never been on a film set before this. So all I had going for me was I saw the film, you know, playing in front of my eyes. And from that, the way we would communicate is that the night before I used to write down my shots of what I see, what I would like to see for that particular scene. And then the next morning I will share that with my DP, and so I would do sketches. And so I think it's that movie playing in my head is what helped me make this film. The things that I was stymied by was, of course, you know, it's made on an extremely tight budget, although you won't think so looking at the film.
Really? Boasting, are we?
Yes, we are.
Your chemistry.
Of course we are. So yes, so given that there are several shots that we could not take, given the fact that we were shooting a period film, there were a lot of things that we couldn't do. For instance, you know, there was a shot where right at the climax where these two people meet, and I wanted the camera to go around them, and I could not do that because cell towers. They were like cell towers as soon as we start moving the camera. It's amazing how much development exists even when you go into the rural Bengal, North Bengal, you know, practically in the middle of the forest. And that was another thing that was stymieing me. But I think in the end, I managed to create that sense of Chittagong.
दिन आ गया है जिसका हम सबको इंतजार था। इन अंग्रेजी कुत्तों को हम दिखा देंगे कि हम 50 उनके लिए 50,000 के बराबर हैं।
How are you enjoying Los Angeles?
I'm a good girl in Los Angeles. I love Los Angeles. It's great. I love the weather here. I love the people. I've been so welcomed. Ifla has been such a great host. Right down from Christina, Arnold, the entire team, Erica. You know, they've just been so beautiful, and I'm loving it. I was supposed to leave yesterday. I extended my flight by 3 days because I loved it so much. So.
Well, wonderful. We're glad, and we hope to have you back again soon. Yes. And how is it back for you to be back here?
Well, Los Angeles is my town. I mean, I've been here so long. It's a hood. But so it was really fantastic to have my film open in Los Angeles. You know, that's actually something that was so great for me, and I was so happy that Vega could be here, and just the feeling of seeing this 600 strong audience and a packed hall and a fantastic screening in ArcLight. Who doesn't want to be in ArcLight? You know, when I first came to LA, I said, you know, if I ever make a film, this is where I want it to play. And here it was. And for them to give a standing ovation at the end. So all of that, it was quite an experience.
Well deserved, and this is the land where dreams come true, right?
Yep, I'm counting on it, really.
हिंदुस्तान की बेटियां भी वक्त आने पर अपनी जान को कुर्बान करने में कोताही नहीं बरतती।
Where is Surya?
Please, छोड़ दे।